National Signing Day ceremony, the party for tonight. This is a great class. 19 guys signed in December, 2 more signed today, and Louisville fans, you should be celebrating. This is a great class. Let's start right at the top. I need a loud welcome for the head coach of the Cardinals, Louisville's Bobby Petrino.
Thanks, Howie. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. This is truly an exciting time for us. We're very proud of this class, and certainly there was a lot of hard work that went into it. But before we get going with that, I just want to make sure that everybody here understands how much we appreciate your support and everything you do here for the University of Louisville. I want everybody here to know that I'm totally committed to the University of Louisville and to this football team. You know, I'm very proud of my family and what we've done in the community, what Kelsey and Katie have done with the Petrino Family Foundation. We've dug in, we've set our roots here, and this is our city, and this is our university and our football team. I just want everybody here to make sure you understand that. You know, I really like the staff that we've got right now and that we've put together. And I can tell you that they've made a commitment to get out on the road and recruit and come in and teach and coach and have fun. And our goal is to win a national championship, and that's what we're working and striving for every single day. And like I said, there's a lot that goes into a recruiting class, and there's a lot of people that do work behind the scenes that everybody doesn't see. And first and foremost, you know, I got to tell you that the wives are an unbelievable group of women. Some people question their intelligence, obviously, marrying a football coach, right? Becky's not here, so I get away with that. But really, they really give up a lot of time that they get to spend with their husbands, and they support us so much. They come in on weekends and go to dinners with recruits' parents and get out on the road and recruit. So what I would like to have is the wives that are here, if you would please stand up, and we give them a big applause, please. And thank you, ladies. We can't tell you how much we appreciate all your hard work and everything you put into it for us. Our support staff, you know, we've got people behind the scenes that do a lot of work in arranging travel and changing things and getting rooms for coaches, canceling those rooms because that kid committed somewhere and I've got to go somewhere else. And our academic staff does an unbelievable job. The guys that do the buses and give us tours. Like I said, there's just a lot of people to really thank. But we had 2 guys that did an unbelievable job with this class and put it together. Are great communicators with our coaches, worked endlessly knowing where players are, how do we get them interested, how do we keep them interested, how do we get our coaches there to see them or on the phone. And that would be our on-campus recruiting coordinator, Pete Nocta. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate all your hard work. And our director of player personnel, Stephen Fields, who's not here right now. He needed to get home and see his daughter. So at one point, we didn't know we were going to have this event or not because of the December 20th signing date. So we got him an early ticket. But give Stephen Fields a hand. He did a great job for us. You know, when we get out on the road and recruiting, the #1 thing that we have to do to compete with other schools is get the players here on campus. You know, so we worked extremely hard this year of getting them here last spring, last summer. Because of this early signing date, our coaches did a great job of having them come in either for a junior day, for the spring game, for summer camp. We had some guys that came in and came to summer camp and competed out there on the game field. But the first thing they need to do is get here on campus. And then, of course, we have our official visits. But we have a lot to really sell to our players here, starting first and foremost with our academic support staff and the Thornton's Academic Center. I mean, it's as good as any place in the country. And we can sell that our guys come in and graduate. That's what our players do. They come in and graduate. We have a great plan for it. And almost all of them graduate in December at the end of their eligibility, or the May prior to their last semester of playing football. And we do a great job with that. We sell our living arrangements. We have as nice a place to live for our student athletes as there is in the country. The sophomores, juniors, and seniors over in the club, and the freshmen in the Point. The old dorm days that we went through, that I went through, you know, walking down the hallway and the group bathrooms and showers, they're no longer, they don't exist anymore. Our guys basically live in apartments. And the young guys, it's a quad setup. And then when you get to be a sophomore, it's just you and your roommate. They have their own bedroom, their own restroom. They have a living room and kitchen. We spoil the heck out of them. But I'm telling you, we get them here and get them over there and see it, and they're all amazed. It truly is the best that there is. The stadium expansion, okay? The ability for our players to come in and see what we're doing with the stadium, what we're doing with our strength and conditioning center, our training center. They truly understand that our goal here as an athletic department is to give our players the best opportunity possible that they can become the best player that God gave them the ability to become. All right? And they can come in here and see that and experience that. And then the other part of it is obviously to have a great game day experience. You know, to be able to take the field through those ground level suites and see the stadium and the crowd and everything that we have to offer is going to be unbelievable. But our players, truly, this recruiting class, that stadium expansion meant a lot to them. There's no question about that, and helped us tremendously in putting this class together. So I'm very proud of it. I think when you stack this on last year's class, there's really a reason for us coaches to be totally excited, looking forward to getting to work. We already have 8 players on campus right now, and we've been able to see them do quickness and agility drills and movement drills, and they're a very, very talented group. You know, when we started this out, we knew we had to do a good job with defensive linemen. That was certainly important for us. We ended up signing 6 defensive linemen, some big, heavy, long inside guys, some athletic edge rushers, and we have 3 of them already on campus, and they're doing a great job for us. We knew we wanted speed, all right? We had a little slogan that, hey, this is Speed City right here. This is Derby City. The horses run over there, and we want to be the fastest that there is in our stadium. So we had this little deal about Speed City, and we end up signing 6 guys that run the 100-meter yard dash below 10.8. One's a 10.32, another guy a 10.4. And just to put that into a little, James Quick, we all know James Quick was fast, right? We all know fast, right? Okay, James Quick ran the 100-meter dash in 10.86. So he would be number 7th in this class coming in. So as you watch this video, you're going to see some fast guys. There's no doubt about that. You know, we needed to get a couple linebackers that could come in and play right away. We have 2 already on campus. I think when you watch their video, you'll like that. Obviously, we needed to take a quarterback, and we went out and got the quarterback that won the exact same award in South Florida that, what was that guy's name that won the Heisman around here? That Jackson kid, that Lamar Jackson kid. He won the same exact award in South Florida that Lamar won. So he's very talented, and we're looking forward to getting going with that. But again, we had some specific needs that we went out, and I truly believe that we addressed them. And, you know, we're excited about that. The signing on December 20th allowed us the last 3 weeks to work on next year's class and the 2020 class, and I feel like we're really ahead on that, and that's the great deal about being here and having the continuity, keeping coaches in the same area, is that we get to know all the freshmen, sophomores, juniors. Some of us know 8th graders even nowadays, and there's a 6th grade quarterback that's really looking good. So we're going to keep an eye on him. But with that, let's go ahead and get started here and kick it off. Is it going to work? Press play, right? All right, so you see here, we talk about the Derby City. We all know the fastest two minutes in sports right here in Louisville. So like I said, we're working hard to be Speed City in football and have the fastest football team that there is. And you see here, this first member of our introduction tonight is one of those guys. His name's Hassan Hall. He comes to us from Atlanta, Georgia, from Jackson High School. He's 5'11", 190 pounds. He's one of the top 50 nationally running backs. He ran a 10.4 100 meters. He told us that he will get that down to a 10.2 this spring. You know, there was a little fight here between the offensive staff and the defensive staff because both sides of the ball wanted him. He can play running back. He could play corner. And he was a really, really good defensive player. He came downhill and hit people and ran people down. But here, let's get started and see if we can get this playing. Here you see him at running back, the first play. He gets a pitch play out here on the edge, and you can see his acceleration right there and his ability to quickly get to top speed. And then he's got really good hips and a lower body. And one of the things we really liked about him is how he always finished going forward, finished the runs, and you can see his acceleration. I like how he gets his pads down right there at the end and explodes through it. That tells you he's going to do a really nice job of staying healthy, because if you finish the runs and go forward, it's the defensive player that gets hurt. Here's not a great look because it's a little bit in the shadow, but he's, again, at the running back, takes a pitch out, and again, right there you see the acceleration and the ability to run through tackles. When you got big hips and a heavy lower body, guys bounce off on you, and he just runs right through it and then accelerates and goes the distance. You know, he's what we call a home run hitter. It makes it so we don't have to call so many plays and drive the ball. He's got the ability to take it. Here you see him inside, and again, you're going to see a guy with great acceleration. You know, this is an inside zone play, so he does a really nice job of pressing the block right there on the guard or center that comes up on the linebacker, and then accelerates and gets to his speed again and takes it in for a touchdown. We used to tell that to Colby Smith. He used to always say, "Start the band, baby." So he's starting the band right there when he goes in the end zone. That's a Hassan Hall. All right, the next guy we got up here is another member of Speed City, Yasir Abdullah. He's a linebacker, and that's really exciting for us to have a linebacker that can run like this guy. He's from Miramar, Florida, from Miami Carroll City High School. He's 6'1", 209 pounds. He's a little skinny right now. We've got to get him bigger and get him in a good program to gain weight, but certainly we don't want to lose that speed. He's one of our four-star prospects from ESPN. Had earned 37 tackles and 20 sacks. You know, he kind of played linebacker, defensive end, and that's a lot of sacks. You know, that's equivalent to what Elvis Dumervil got when he led the country in sacks here at Louisville for us. So that's rushing the passer right there. I'm excited about him. He ran a 10.6 100 meters as a linebacker. You're going to see him up here on the top of the screen, and really right there what he does, he has that running back man. He starts to come down to take it, sees the quarterback's eyes, and just pops out of his rush and elevates and catches the ball in his hands. And then he has the acceleration here to take it down the sideline. And now watch his speed. Watch his stride here and his speed. And he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. And really athletic play. and a guy that can really run, and you're going to see that here again. But here he's coming off the edge. He's got to come inside, and this is not only a great job of redirecting right there, changing direction, accelerating, and making the play on the quarterback, but also recognition. You know, he's coming inside. He sees the fullback go there. He sees the tailback go there, and then he's been able to take the quarterback when the quarterback doesn't give the ball. And again, his athletic ability and quickness. He's off the edge here. See him one step inside, quick swim outside. And then one of the things that's most important to get sacks and rush the passer is what you do when you beat the lineman. How quickly you close to the quarterback. I mean, we do drills with our D-line just so they can work on that acceleration, that close right there, and get the sack. And then you see his athletic ability as he spins and throws him to the ground. A guy we're truly fired up about. Give him a hand.
Here we go, here we go. Put your hands together. Put your hands together, baby. All right, now. I coach on the offensive side of the ball, but I love it when it's 3rd and long and the crowd gets into it. So right now, we're going to get a little energy going. We're going to get a little energy going. So I'm going to say, where my dogs at? And y'all going to say, Roo. All right. Y'all ready? Where my dogs at? All right, just checking. Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? All right, yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Good deal, that's how we start every game. All right, like Coach said, Speed City, Speed City. As you can see, Mr. Javian Hawkins is certified Speed City, 4.3640. I'm going to say it again, 4.3640. Did you hear me? Certified, certified. He's from Titusville, Florida, down on the Space Coast. I heard he used to practice his 100 against the spaceships that took off. So that's how he got so fast. But this young man rushed for over 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. And he played in the state championship twice, won it once. So we're getting a great player here, ladies and gentlemen, great player. Here we go. We got a little misdirection going on the first play. Sorry about that. Got a little misdirection. As you can see, takes the snap, spin move. You have to win your one-on-one battles as a running back. Your ability to win in space and win your one-on-one battles is critical for a running back. And then here, you can see the acceleration, all right? Breaks the arm tackle, then the acceleration. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Outrun the angles. It's very important that you have the speed to outrun the angles, and then we put it in the end zone. As Coach said, he's a home run hitter. Next play we have is a little old buck sweep here. Got both guards pulling. Does a good job of keeping his shoulders square and pressing the line and pressing the pulling guard, getting on his inside hip, and then plays a little rabbit, runs by those two guys, and then leave him. Look at that stride. Oh my gosh, this young man is digging. Look at him. Again, home run hitter. And then we have another play. We got a inside zone action, does a good job of sinking his hips, understanding that he's going to come into contact, gauntlet drill, and then he has great contact balance, keeps his balance, and he picks up his feet, and then he just runs away from him. Runs away from him. Another hit, Barry Bonds. Here we go. Next, this young man here I'm really excited about. He's another Tallahassee hero. He's from my high school. He was raised by less than 2 miles away from my house. I told Coach Petrino, I said, Coach, this guy reminds me of William Gay, who's played 11 years in the NFL, still playing. And then a lot of you guys may not know, but he played on Mr. Sam Madison's 7-on-7 football team. So this young man here bleeds red through and through. He's from Ricketts High School, 4-star prospect by ESPN, and he has over 4,500 yards in his high school career. He plays receiver, DB, and last year he played more quarterback because in high school you're going to put your best player at quarterback so that he has the ball in his hands at all times. Here we got a little special play, as we would call it, throwback to the quarterback. And this young man has a nose for the end zone, outruns angles. This is a big rivalry game against Gobby. And he just scores. He's a smooth runner, nice stride. Marcus Riley. Next, we have a little read zone here, reading the DN. DN crashes down, and he puts it in the end zone again. Again, this young man is a baller and a playmaker. So here at a summer camp last year, you can see him at the receiver position, and watch how he just kills this young man off the line of scrimmage. Gets his hips turned, and he comes back inside. What I really like is his ability to stack the DB, get on top of him, and then track the ball in the air, catch it at the high point, and pluck it out of the air. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Riley.
What y'all don't know is that Kobe is working on his second career. He's a comedian. As soon as he stopped coaching for Coach P, he's going to be a comedian. I have 3 young men here that we'll talk about. The first one is a young man from Georgia. His name is Telly Plummer. He's from Riverdale, Georgia, Langston Hughes High School, 6 foot, 185 pounds. He's a DB, which means when we start to evaluate young men now in the secondary, and actually Coach Van Gorder brought this thought to our mind. He wanted to know, is he an outside player, is he an inside player, or is he an outside player that can play inside? Well, this kid has the potential to play inside and out. So he can play corner, he can play safety, he can play any of the 5 positions that we have in the perimeter. Telly is a consensus 3-star. He was the 62nd ranked DB in the nation. I think he was the 52nd player in the state of Georgia. And if you know anything about the state of Georgia, there's a lot of great athletes there. So we're very excited about this young man. You'll see him play corner. You'll see him play in the slot. Okay, he's at the corner in this particular picture down here in the circle, playing press. Again, he shows the quarterback. So what we want our DBs to be able to do is to show the quarterback one picture and then give him something else. So you watch this young man, he's going to show press, and then before the ball is snapped, he's going to come out and play him an off technique, okay? Because as offensive coaches teach us routes, they run certain routes against press, they run certain routes against off. So the confusion doesn't come in the receiver, because if the receiver has a DB that's playing off, he's probably going to run a shorter route based on the call. Well, the quarterback is the one that got to see it. When you watch him, he's going to start in press, walks off, get in the off technique, nice pedal, get a slant, stick his foot in the ground, close. Now, very important, we all know that athletic quarterbacks are all over the country. We had the best one in the country here. They just left. You got to be able to plaster. Keep your eyes on your man. When the quarterback scrambles, there's a scramble by this quarterback because the read wasn't there. Good plaster job. Great job about this play is there's no yards off the catch. They're going to catch balls. As a good DB, you can't have yards off the catch. We call them yak. No yards after the catch. So it's a good tackle. Good job of plastering the receiver on the scramble there. Next clip, you'll see him in this, he's up top playing off technique, a little slide technique. You have to play different techniques to play DB. Slide. You'll see him stick his foot in the ground. Playing with vision. Good job of closing, sees the ball thrown, good finish. Again, no yards after the catch. High tackler. Playing down here at the bottom, playing a little off corner. Anytime you play in the red zone as a corner, you have to slow your technique down. That's different technique you use down here. He gets a slant, good drive, good tackle. No yards after the catch. Nice close on this slant route. Telly Plummer. Trenell Troutman, Trenell is a young man from Miami, Florida, played at St. Thomas. His school won the state championship this year. He's 5'11", 190 pounds, and he's a physical young man. Coach Brown will be teaching him how to tackle. He's real physical. He don't like to wrap up. He's like to tackle like those guys in the NFL. We don't tackle that way. Coach P will fire me in grade if they tackle that way. He's a 4-star prospect. He was rated the top safety in the state of Florida. He's one of the top safeties in the nation. You can see in the top 25 in the country. Okay, you'll see him. He's playing the middle field safety here. They play a lot of single high safety. He does a great job of reading the quarterback. Ball is thrown outside, run the alley, run the track, find the receiver, bam. So you don't like to rap. We got to teach him that. Second play, he's in the post again, get a quick slant, run the alley, and I'm going to get, this is why you teach all players on defense running the football. Good things happen when you're running the football. Corner does a good job, get a tip ball, go score. Last play again, he's in the post. Ball actually going to be thrown on the sideline, running the football. Running the football. When you get there, cause pain. You can see he's a shoulder tackler, not scared whatsoever. We'll get him to wrap up here, though. Trenell, Troutman. The last young man that I get to introduce is a young man that played for me at South Carolina when I was defensive coordinator. He was recruited by Louisville. He decided to go to South Carolina. When the coaching change happened, we was blessed to get him here. He had a great relationship with Coach Scott here. He knew Coach Petrino. Boosie Whitlow. This young man is an effort guy. He's a pass rush specialist. He's an effort guy. Boosie's from Opelika, Alabama. He's 6'4", about 225 pounds. We need to get some weight on him, but he can play an outside linebacker spot for us. Boosie was one of the top 15 players when he came out a few years ago out of Alabama in the state. But the thing that you'll see on this video is effort. Here's him at defensive end. Set edges of defenses. Got to be edge setters. Kind of lost his leverage here, fall back, get off, make a play. Boosie's been in the system the entire year. He's been here working out with the players. We got to see what he could do in a lot of situations last year, even though he couldn't play. He's at the right defensive end here. Does a good job. There's a lot of ways as a D lineman you can affect the quarterback. You're not going to always sack him. If you get quick game, the thing that we try to teach him, Coach Scott does a great job, but get your hands up. Okay? He tries to bat this ball down. The play is not over. He didn't get it. Turn and run, get there and cause pain. He's an effort guy. You will never, ever question this young man's effort when he plays the game of football. Last play, you'll see him coming off the edge here. Edge pass rush. Now close and go make a play. Get there in a hurry. We're really excited about Boosie. He's going to play Sam linebacker for us in the new system that we're going to put in on defense. And again, thank you all for what all you do, and God bless.
How's everybody doing tonight? Tell you what, this is an honor to introduce this young man. It's always great to have players from the Ville. And part of recruiting is relationships. And I had the honor of recruiting Rodjay out of high school. And what people don't understand in recruiting is how you develop a relationship with a young man. You get close with them. Because you're recruiting these guys 1, sometimes 2 years. In this case, 2 years, and Rodjay and I are really close. And it breaks your heart when they don't initially come. But I've learned that, hey, keep that relationship strong. You never know. You never know. And it's not the first time. Kind of a funny little story. 3 years ago, I was recruiting a young man named Jordan Davis out of Clear Lake, Texas. And lost him at the end of Texas A&M. Kept that relationship. And it was kind of neat. We played Texas A&M in the Music City Bowl. And Tight end Cole Hicatini had 120 yards receiving. Tight end Keith Colbridge had a touchdown. Our other tight end, Mickey Crum, had a touchdown. So after the game, let's go, hey, Jordan, great game. Boy, those tight ends had a good night. Well, we know where Jordan is now. Okay, but back to Rodjay here. This is one of the top athletes come out of the city of Louisville, played both offense and defense, never left the field, also is a punt returner. In his junior and senior year, he had 8 interceptions. He returned 2 punts for touchdowns, and then as a receiver had 91 catches for 1,436 yards. This guy's an athlete. He's big, he's physical, and the neat thing is he has been here for a season now. He is in the Louisville program and knows how we do things. So here we'll see him here in the game, playing a half safety up top there. So up top, he's up on the hash, gets pedal weave, he's able to break on the ball, track it down right there. Go get the football, high point. Now here's where you see the punt return abilities. You see the field vision right there, how he's able to set the blocks. Remember, this guy's a tremendous athlete. And then, hey, Speed City's here now, okay? He's from the Ville. He knows how to, he's fast. There's that speed right there and effort. Next look right here. See him up top coming off the edge here, coming down blitz, hitting right up there in the A-gap. Now look at the acceleration. Coach Petrino talked about it earlier, how the acceleration of the quarterback. Look at that right there, okay? And then he's able, boom, that ball's knocked down, deflected right there. But just the ability to come off the speed right there on the blitz. And last thing here is the punt returning ability. Once again, Rodjay's going to be able to help us on special teams. He's got great vision, so not only a great defensive player, but there's the vision, the acceleration, and the speed, able to get in the clear, and then the ability to finish right there. A great finish, and once again, we're very proud to have Rodjay Burns back here in the Ville and able to help us out next year.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mike Summers. I'm the offensive line coach, and I would just want to. We had such a great signing class a year ago with offensive linemen. We signed 5 really good offensive linemen. 2 of those guys played this year, and 3 of those guys redshirted, so they'll be coming back for their first year with us, 2 freshmen and a junior college transfer. So this was not a big year for us roster-wise in the offensive line, but we feel really proud of the guy that we did get. This is Adonis Boone that we're going to introduce to you. Adonis is a long, athletic offensive lineman from really a football factory down in Florida at Mainland High School in Daytona Beach. And Adonis is 6'5". He's 280 pounds, really athletic, really long and lean, and the type of athlete that brings a lot of tools to the table when he comes in as a young lineman. In the offensive line, it's a developmental position. It's a position that the speed of the game, when you step up to this level, really catches up to a lot of high school guys. I mean, we were fortunate this year that Mekhi Becton and Cole Bentley were able to come in and contribute for us. But a lot of times on the offensive line, that speed of the game really keeps young players from being able to play. And so athletic ability and strength development are all things that are really critical to their success. One of the things that you'll see is that Adonis comes in with that kind of ability. He was a consensus 3-star player. He was an all-area offensive lineman, and he's a guy that really does a great job, especially right here on the backside of this play. One of the real hard things to do is to be able to negotiate the line of scrimmage, take the proper angle, and then arrive in a power position so that you can generate power to make blocks like this where you send linebackers on their face. And that's something that he does a really good job of. And then I kind of like this at the end. He's on the ground, but we just want to make sure he stays there. Here you see him on a pass set. One of the reasons that we think that length is such an important factor in the offensive line is because these tackles have to play out in space. Generally, the guys rushing against them are faster, quicker athletes, and so their long arms and their long legs give them an opportunity to negotiate that space. Here you see a really good pass set on the inside landmark. He gives this guy one way to rush, and that's to the outside. He uses his hands to fend him off, and then I kind of like this finish. Bam! Take a seat right here, please. Bam! Right there. Here you see him on the right side now, once again on a pass set. And this is something that was really something that I looked at and saw and was really excited about. When you watch this inside move that this defender makes right here, as he takes his kick set, he loses his leverage, watch his feet recover, and then get back to his inside position where he took away the inside rush. And then because of his strength and his athletic ability, he's usually used his hands and his body to be able to finish this guy on the outside. And he did a great job. That's Adonis Boone. I'm going to introduce this next guy to you because I've got a little bit of background with this Merville name as it relates to prior University of Louisville Cardinal greats. When Elvis Merville was on this campus, and Coach Petrino and I were here before he was Elvis Merville, the best defensive end in the country, he was just this short defensive guy that was playing on our defense when he was young in his career. And we would go one-on-one with him in the offensive line every day. And he would beat us every day. And I would go back in and we would watch the video with Coach Petrino, and he would go, I don't get it. Why can't you block this guy? What's the problem? Why can't we get him blocked? Well, we found out because he was the best defensive end in the country, and he set the record for most sacks. It was pretty good. Well, this is Dez. We call him Dez Merville Jean. Dez is from St. Thomas Aquinas High School. And he doesn't play defensive end. He plays inside. He's a nose guard. He plays in over top of the centers and the guards inside. And Dez is 6'5", and he's 350, 60, 50, somewhere in there. Just depends if he had breakfast this morning. He's a large man, all right? And through his career, he had 73 tackles from that inside position, which is almost unheard of that you would have that many tackles from the inside. And you'll be able to see what he does as he plays inside. This is him. You won't have a hard time finding him, okay? You just look for the garage door that's sitting inside there. One of the things that he does really well